Every time coffee comes, it's always exciting. Conversations are always more candid. But we felt like, this time around, and perhaps subsequently, the conversation should be fun, exciting, the games, the rapid fire, all of that. But like we also felt like it'd be nice to get an insight into a celebrity's emotional state of being, besides just being movie stars and the projections that they have in the real world.
It was so real. I just felt that, we had a ringside view. We were sitting in their living rooms, and thanks to Karan, you got us all there. Thank you so much. For most of us, and as I said, 19 years is a long time, guys. I mean, I have memories of seasons, okay, better than memories of my own seasons, all right? So, like for me, one of the most glorious seasons was the one when Rakhi Sawant was on the couch, for example. You were always a marker of our times. You told us what was sticking, what was hot. But tell me, what are these 19 years and this show particularly meant to you?
I mean, it's very tough to really encapsulate my emotion vis-a-vis Coffee with Karan because predominantly and primarily I'm a filmmaker and that is my primary passion. But this is such a huge part of who I am, and I can't separate the two at all. Many a time, wherever I am in the world, people scream coffee, coffee like I'm a beverage, and I'm a person. And I have to turn around and say my name is Karan, and you can't drink me. But of course, being consumed is always a great thing. But it's also like when it's like a double-edged sword, right? You're a filmmaker and you want to be asked what your next movie is. Invariably, you're asked when the next season is and who's next on the couch. And it's like Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gham, because the khushi in it is that you've done something for 19 years, spread over 8 seasons, that's created its own impact in pop culture, and yet you feel like, अरे यार, कभी-कभी मेरी पिक्चरों के बारे में बात कर ली करो. But there is so much energy and excitement that surrounds Coffee with Karan that it's always heartening, though, I have to say, full of gratitude. Very few shows really have been around for 19 years.
Truly.
And this is one of them. And the fact that you can still tolerate me after 19 years, I'm eternally grateful. So I don't have to go by the trolls, really. Because what the trolls suggest is otherwise. So I feel like, that's a virtual world, but the real world, this beverage gets a lot of love. And I'm
Absolutely, absolutely. Some love for that, guys. Oh my God, 19 years, I love it. This is Coffee in its wokest avatar in 2023. And I want to give you a hand for walking that line so gracefully because we have to be sensitive and at the same time we have to have fun. And if there's one show that's doing that right now, it's Coffee with Karan. All right, thank you for the consensus. My favorite episode, and let me just go straight off the bat. Ranveer Deepika, oh my God, that video, thank you. Thank you.
I have nothing to do with that video. The beauty, the romance, the intensity, the emotion of that video comes from both of them, from their hearts and souls. And it was their idea to share that with us. And I was very, very, very touched. And I'm very grateful to both Ranveer and Deepika for actually sharing with not just me, but the entire world, a very private part of their lives. Those 4 minutes are possibly one of the most precious 4 minutes of Coffee with Karan in its entirety. And I say that spanning 8 seasons because it takes a very large and generous heart to share the way they did. Because it was many years after their marriage and it could have very easily not been shared. And I never asked for it. I never asked for it and I got it. And I feel it's the first time on Coffee with Karan where I got much more than I bargained for. Yeah.
So I picked my favorite episode. I'm going to quickly go around this place, look at faces and say, what's yours? Kuch kuch hota hai reunion. Oh, I'm living for this. Thank you.
Listen, on that episode, I felt like I couldn't stop laughing. It was just hilarious. It was, and there was nothing, it was not, I thought that, is it going to really come across funny or am I only finding them mad? Because I was mad, they were mad and we were just laughing. At one point I had to get up because my stomach was hurting. Because I was like, we're just laughing. It was inane. And then it realizes that we've gone back so many decades together that obviously we have a camaraderie that is kind of special. And it was, even when with Sid and Varun, these reunions have really worked out well. And Sid and Varun actually haven't done an interview at all in the last 11 years together. So when we got them together, again, like they were just hilarious. Like Varun always says funny things unintentionally, but like when he said he goes boating with his wife, I was like that totally had me. And I was like, when did you go boating with Natasha? Like, when did this happen?
I'm boating tonight.
And any of us Mumbaikars will know that that's not in our top 10 things to do, you know? Like we don't go boating, you know? You can walk, you can dance, you can go and say, I've gone and seen a movie, I've gone theater experiences, had fun here, had fun there, but boating is not something that I would come across here.
Gems from the season. Favorite episode? Is it possible to ask Karan Johar what his favorite episode is from this season?
I mean, I can't answer that question.
Of course not.
In fact, I've enjoyed all of them. I have to say that each one of them was special in its own way, and that is an absolutely politically correct answer. And I'm going to stick with it.
Thank God there are no hampers right now.
Yeah, because I'm not winning anything at the end of this, so I'm not saying it. And they've all come with lots of love in their heart, and I'm not choosing.